Welcome back to Dr. Josefina's Way, and I'm Laura Guttridge. Today we're talking about getting out of that rut. And it's true, as we grow older, right, it's harder to get out of the rut that we get in because we get further entrenched in our rut.
Right.
But I want to ask you a question.
Okay. She's smart.
Here's my question. What is the difference between the rut that you speak of and someone who's just like a slave to their routine, which might, in their eyes, be considered a rut, but is that a rut?
Okay, so the rut is when you're kind of depressed.
Okay.
You know, life stinks.
Okay.
It's rotten. Mm-hmm. You don't find any joy on anything because you can have your routine. For instance, you have your routine and I have my routine.
Yes.
And you go to CrossFit, you're raising your child, you clean your house, you do the gardening. Mm-hmm. So you have a routine. Mm-hmm. But some of that routine you enjoy.
I do.
Although sometimes it's work, but you enjoy doing your gardening because I've been to your house and it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and you take pleasure out of that.
Right.
So in my case, with my bodybuilding, I have a routine. It's painful, it hurts. Today was horrible.
Yeah.
I hated it. I was ready to quit, but it brings me joy and results.
Okay.
So the routine is like we had the steps to achieve our goals and dreams.
Okay.
Steps, Now, the rut is when you don't enjoy.
Okay, and it doesn't give you results.
Exactly.
And satisfy you.
You're frustrated.
Okay.
You don't want to do it.
Smoking cigarettes.
Yes.
You get up and you're miserable.
Yes.
And go for the pack of cigarettes.
Yes, and you don't want to do it anymore.
Okay.
And some people get depressed and suicidal and things like that.
Or maybe they don't like their job anymore.
Exactly. And they don't, they don't have the motivation
Okay.
or a life coach, somebody who will help them to get out of it.
Right.
So that's a big difference between the rut and routine.
Well, and I guess if you're in that rut and you have the attitude that you can't get yourself out of it and you are waiting for somebody to do it for you, that's just going to make it worse because that person's not coming, right?
Well, because you have to be willing to help yourself.
Yes.
Because I can be in the rut. But you come to help me. But I don't want to. I don't want to be helped. I enjoy being happy. It's because sometimes we enjoy to be miserable.
Right.
You don't want the help.
So they don't think they need it.
Exactly. And the person needs to snap out of it to really feel, I'm sick and tired of complaining. I'm sick and tired of my life not taking me anywhere. I'm sick and tired of having this kind of lifestyle, whether it's smoking, whether it's eating too much, whether it's your career, whether it's a relationship. You have to have that moment in which you realize, I need to change this.
Okay.
And then nobody can stop you.
Right.
But if I come to help, you come to help me, and I'm not ready for the change, you're wasting your time. Right. So we have to discern.
I think they actually get mad at those people that come and try to help, like, oh, what are you trying to say?
Exactly.
That, my life isn't the way it should be, or I'm doing something wrong, and they get nasty even, because I've seen that happen in my own personal life, trying to do that, to help people.
Exactly, yes, absolutely. And they're not ready for that change.
Right.
So that's why when we are around people like that, so we have to be to have the patience to wait until they give us the sign, I need help.
Right.
But until then, nobody, God doesn't help. God, what is that saying? God helps
those who help themselves.
Exactly.
Yes.
Amen, my sister.
You talk about in the lesson, try not to be too self-absorbed and get involved with projects other than yourself. Now, I was trying to really kind of put that into perspective and what it exactly means. So you think that a lot of times when we're in these ruts, it's a very personal thing, and a lonely. It's a lonely thing, and so to get involved with other projects, meaning get involved in the community, or just do something to distract you from being in a rut. Is that the point of it?
No, it's not so much a distraction, but it's more that giving a little bit of yourself, because when you give, then you receive.
That's right.
You know, so like if you feel lousy one morning, one day, and then you go to the animal shelter, what happened?
It does make you feel better.
You feel better. You forgot about your misery, about your problems, and everything else, and you were helping a cause that you love.
Right.
So it's the same thing. Sometimes we need to get out of our own head and extend a helping hand. And the beautiful thing about that the more you give, the more you receive, and the happier you feel.
Well, and you know, I think it opens doors for you too, because when you're out doing something that you have a passion for, or that you love, or just trying to have fun, you'll meet other people there doing the same thing.
Exactly.
And then suddenly you are starting to get more connections of people, like-minded people.
Exactly.
And that's how change occurs naturally.
Exactly. Yeah. And you just said one thing. When you doing that picture that you just painted, what happened is then, because you're doing a good thing, then automatically you start discovering your purpose, your passion, your reason to exist. See, if I'm in a rut and then I decide, well, let me go out and help somebody. In that process, I'm not saying that same instant, but as I continue to do that, there will be a moment and say, oh, wow, I like to do that. I like to take my life in that direction, or I like what that person is doing.
Right.
So it's amazing, because then you make that self-discovery.
Exactly.
And then you're helping somebody else, but you don't know that you're helping yourself.
Right.
By helping somebody else.
It's called good karma.
Yes, it's fabulous. It's phenomenal.
Yep.
So that's why we have to embrace life.
Right.
Instead of, you feel in a rut for how long? My question is, for how long? Yeah, we all go through that.
Oh,
I had
yes.
a very challenging day today. But it's, for how long am I going to do it? So the problem is to spend in the rut for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and a lifetime.
Right.
That's a waste.
Yes, it can't. You can't let it take over
No,
you.
no, because it's temporary.
Yes, recognize it and
then you count your blessings.
Right. But going back to like the bad habits of say smoking, and then when you make the change to where you start to feel needed, it's those kind of incentives that can make you start to live a healthier lifestyle.
Yes.
Because then you think, oh well, I don't want to smoke all these cigarettes because I'm important and people need me, others need me, and I want to be around for them.
Exactly. And then you're seeing the effect of your bad habits, for your family.
Right.
Not only it's affecting your health, but it's affecting everybody around you. So we cannot be selfish in that sense, I think we have to take more responsibility of self-growth. Whether it's your body, whether it's your mind, whether it's your spirit, with everything.
Right.
I think it's a full-time job. And sometimes we leave that up to, well, whatever.
Yeah. You can't leave it up to the man in the sky. You can't leave it up to your mother. You can't leave it up to your family. I mean, it has to be up to you.
Exactly, like the affirmation says. Yeah.
What's the affirmation again?
If it's going to be, it's up to me.
I like that affirmation.
If it's going to be,
it's up to me. I'll say that 10 times before I go to bed tonight.
Yes, if it's going to be, it's up to me. Absolutely. Anything else?
Get in shape. That's one of the things that I think being in shape, and it makes us more motivated because we have more energy. We feel better about ourselves. We want to get out and meet people and do things when we look good and feel good.
Exactly.
So it always comes back to that.
Exactly.
Being physically fit.
Yes.
At any age.
We know that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You can never say, oh, well, I just don't have the energy to go and run around. Well, walk around the block if you can't run around the block.
Exactly. You start walking. We start with baby steps. We always talk in this program about we take baby steps. You can't go and run a marathon. You can, but the first key here is to make up your mind that you're sick and tired of living the life that you don't want, and finding a coach, finding somebody to help you.
Somebody out there for you.
Okay.
And if you don't have that person, call Dr. Josefina.
Hey, sister. Well, okay, let's do the double bicep. Okay. Bye. See you. Bye, baby. Mwah. Ciao.